Hey guys, it's Brandon Cruz with Damons Real Texas Barbecue. Doing another video for you. It's been a while since we've done one. We've been really busy lately, but wanted to get one knocked out for you to end the year 2023. Today is actually New Year's Eve, so we wanted to get this video out to you. All right, so this video, we thought about it quite a bit, and I had requests for barbecue sauce video, but I've kind of gone against it just because I'm not a huge fan of barbecue sauce, to be honest with you. If your barbecue needs sauce, then you're doing something wrong. But there is a great condiment that goes with barbecue that I love and always have to have whenever we're cooking. And also, people from South Carolina or Kansas City, their style of barbecue sauce is way different than ours. So I thought it'd be safer to go ahead and show you this one particular condiment that I always have to have, and that's pickled red onions. It goes great with all barbecue, no matter the style. Pickled red onions cut through the fat very well. So, and barbecue being fatty, especially if you're eating different types of barbecue, let's say you're going from pulled pork to brisket, something great to eat, cleanse your palate before you start on a new piece of protein. So anyway, this is the way we do it. I know there's 100 ways to make pickled red onions, but this is the way we make it here at the restaurant, so I'm going to show you. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we're going to get our liquid boiling, and then we'll do our slicing of our onions. So first off, what we're going to start with is we have 2 cups of apple cider vinegar. Pour that in our pot. Now, apple cider vinegar by itself is really strong, so you want to dilute that down. You want to cut it. This is 2 cups of water. All right, we're going to get our fire going. Get that ready so it'll start boiling. All right, so I have here, this is 2 tablespoons of salt. Whenever you're pickling something, you want to use salt and sugar. Those are the 2 main ingredients. So right here is 2 tablespoons of salt. Dump that in. This is a 1/4 cup of sugar, just plain white granulated sugar. Some people stop at that, but I like to put a little bit of pepper. This is 1 teaspoon of just plain old black pepper. All right, so while that's boiling, we're going to put a few other things in there. I'm going to take, I like spice, so I put a couple slices of a jalapeno pepper. I'm going to put these into the pot as it boils, and then whenever I pour the liquid onto my onions, I'm going to make sure 1 or 2 of those fall into the jar as well. I'm going to take a couple cloves of garlic, and I'm just going to give them a rough chop. They don't have to be finely minced or anything like that. Basically, you're just breaking them up a little bit to break out the oil inside it. Throw this in the pot with it. Let that boil. All right. So while that's boiling and going, we're going to go ahead and get our onions sliced. It's a mandolin. This is very dangerous. I sometimes hate watching people use these because I have seen people have accidents on these, and it's not pretty. Always use your guard. This is the guard. Always use it when slicing something, and be careful. I have actually seen somebody slicing and had their hand on the guard like this and took that piece of their hand right off. So be very careful because they let it sit past that guard, and it wasn't pretty. So please be careful. I usually slice them pretty thin. I don't like it. The thinner they are, the easier they're going to pickle. So we're just going to break them up. Now, I've seen people that will dunk these in ice. They say they get a crispier texture off of them by doing that prior to pickling them. I don't. I go through so many onions every day. We go through at least 5 gallons, sometimes 10 gallons a week. So we make a lot of onions around here. I almost forgot, honestly, how to make small batches. It took me a minute to remember how I used to do this when I do it at home. Okay, so I'm going to show you a trick that a lot of people don't ever reveal or tell, but you ever wonder why some pickled red onions at barbecue places are just bright pink, and then you go to another place and they're kind of a dull pink? Well, this is the reason. This is a beet. A beet is basically a natural food coloring. Look how pretty the inside of that beet is. This won't change the flavor of your onion whatsoever. This is just going to bleach or leach out that color, and it's going to go into your onions. So I always, whether in a big 5-gallon bucket, I'll use a whole beet slices at the bottom, but in a jar this small, we'll just put one slice right at the bottom of the jar. And that's it. That right there is going to give us the prettiest red onions when they're done, or pickled red onions. So now what we're going to do is fill up our jar, put a few onions, and what I'm going to do as well is some of this garlic that I had, a couple cloves. Some went into the pot, some I saved right here. I'm going to just dump one or a couple of those pieces in there. Take another slice of this jalapeno, set it in there, and keep filling our jar. Telling you, this is the easiest recipe. Get in there. Just stuff them in. They break, they snap, it's no big deal. Our pot of brine is already boiling. I'm telling you, you stuff the heck out of these little jars. Just as much as you can fit them in there, get them in there. Oh, boy. All right, our jar is pretty full. I'm going to clean up my mess here. Our brine is boiling. I'm going to cut off the heat. And just pour this right onto your jar. Let me pour this way so that way the camera. Whoop. Whoop. You're making a mess. The air bubbles will let it kind of sit, get all the air bubbles out of it. Normally, like I said, I do this in a 5-gallon bucket, so it's pretty hard to miss. And then I'm going to take a spoon, get out one of those jalapenos. Some of that garlic. You can see that black pepper in there. Now, when I do the 5-gallon bucket, I'll sprinkle some pepper in there too as I'm doing this, instead of just putting it all in the pot. Shoot, when I get to the bottom of that bucket and dump it, I usually have a whole bunch of grains of black pepper at the bottom. But so then what you'll do, put your lid on it. Trying to line it. There it is. And then turn it upside down. And that'll help get some of those air bubbles, move them around, and it'll make sure you're not leaking. And then I'll usually open it again, make sure it's filled to the top. You notice it's come down quite a bit just by flipping it over like that. So I'll go ahead and fill it up again. right to the top. And that should have filled all the bubbles, all the air spaces. Should be done. And that's it. That's all you got to do. You got pickled red onions. Now, these will be ready to eat in 24 hours. I usually let them sit out for a little while till it starts getting nice and till the jar is cool. Right now, it's still hot to the touch. I'll let it sit out, cool down. Once it's nice and cool, put it in the refrigerator. In 24 hours, it's ready to eat. Now, I know somebody out there is going to ask me, how long will they last? I have no clue because I never keep them around long enough to find out. Usually, even when I used to do this at home by myself, this jar would last one barbecue cook. And I mean, most of us, all my friends, and come over, and that jar would be gone by the end of the night. So I have no idea how long it lasts, but it's pickled, so I'm sure it lasts a while. But that's it. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We'll have more videos coming out this coming year, 2024. Let us know if there's something you would like to see. I know I've had requests for our brisket tamales. I will end up doing a video sometime this year on it, I promise. We've been doing tamales here at the restaurant, and they have been selling like crazy. So I will show y'all a video of how we do those eventually. But if you have any more ideas of things you'd like to see, send us a message. I'll be glad to do a video about it. Anyway, guys, thank you. God bless you. And remember, smoked meat, not mess.